I was sitting at lunch with friends at the time, and they were like, "Whoa, what's wrong?" Because my jaw just dropped.
One Xcel customer got quite the shock when it came to how much he owed. We're going to hear about his hefty bill. Losing a home to fire has become all too common in Colorado, but not all fire victims are choosing to rebuild. And in the midst of a 23-year drought, water is hard to come by. As reservoirs dry up, states are starting to fight over who has access to the remaining water supply. 9 News Mornings starts right now.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Friday. Corey and Gary with you this morning.
Yeah, and it's going to be a pretty nice day. We might see a few showers this afternoon, but I don't think anything to really worry about, right, Ed?
That's pretty much the forecast. Yeah, just a couple of scattered showers, isolated, not a big deal. Nothing looks severe. And we have that high clouds over this area this morning. Temperature stands at 64 degrees. So you can see the clouds just drifting across. They're going to bring in some monsoon moisture and maybe a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms. They're mainly over the mountains and south, but some of these storms might drift through Denver, so we might see an isolated storm. And look at the nighttime hours. This is at 9 o'clock, and you can see some showers and thunderstorms. Then they leave, but they're back again tomorrow afternoon, isolated in nature. That's the forecast. 84 degrees today, scattered showers and storms. Then for tomorrow, 80 degrees, so kind of a cool day with showers and storms. 84 on Sunday, isolated storms. And Monday, starting to 85 degrees, maybe an isolated storm.
Thank you so much. We do want to get you out the door this morning as you get ready to travel in the area of I-70 and Steel Street, where we're looking here from our CDOT camera. No problems to report there. However, we are dealing with a crash on southbound I-25. It's on the ramp to westbound C-470 this morning. 2 lanes are blocked. That's going to be a spot that you want to avoid right now. It is still a very busy scene there. I-25, though, no issues to report between downtown and the tech center. You're looking at a 14-minute ride there. Westbound 76 commute into Commerce City, not giving us any trouble. That drive-in from E470 is only going to take you 10 minutes.
Erica, thank you. When it comes to those who lost their home in the Marshall Fire, more people are deciding not to rebuild. More than 70 lots have been put up for sale in Louisville and Superior so far.
And many of the listings coming up now after families finish clearing debris off their properties. Night News reporter Kelly Rinke talked to some realtors who say that they expect hundreds of lots to go on the open market.
On a street in Boulder County, recovery comes in 2 forms after the Marshall Fire: rebuilding the home that was lost, or deciding coming back is just too much.
It's been challenging, to say the least. I mean, the costs of building are definitely higher than anyone anticipated. More than 70 families have decided to sell their lots. About a dozen have been bought so far, like this one in Louisville. We went on the market, and over the first weekend, we did have a lot of interest, and we had one buyer that came in really quickly and swooped it up. Realtor Joe Gibbs just helped someone sell this land, where a rental property used to be. So I think that a lot of people are starting to list their lots after they've been cleared. I mean, this is what we advised a lot of our clients to do. Putting the lots up for sale after debris removal makes it more desirable to a buyer because they won't have to pay for it. Realtors expect eventually hundreds of people who lost a home will sell their lots too.
And I think probably we would see a minimum of a third of the homeowners either not being able to rebuild or not being willing to rebuild.
Brett Sawyer is another realtor in Boulder. He's hearing fire survivors don't want to wait a year or 2 to move back, or rebuilding is just costing too much.
I can imagine that there's some significant PTSD that's coming in there. There's destruction of community.
Some are finding they can only heal by leaving the place they once called home.
Pretty interesting. Yeah, realtors say that most banks will not give someone a loan to buy a vacant lot. So most of these sales are happening with cash offers. Right now, spots are going for well over $300,000 in Boulder County.
You can see why a lot of families have decided to go this route because, I mean, look how long it's taking to rebuild. Everything is costing more to rebuild with inflation, the cost of lumber. I mean, it's a tough situation.
Yeah, just the hassles of rebuilding, you know, waiting for construction crews to get in there and waiting for the insurance settlement and all that sort of thing. Man, they're really going through a lot. So I can see that too. Yeah. Well, this week we learned what we expected, or many expected, that the pandemic really impacted how much students were able to learn. The Colorado Measures for Academic Success, it's known as CMAS. It gives us a closer look at how students are doing now compared to before the pandemic.
The test itself is really an opportunity for schools to take a temperature check.
Overall, the Colorado Department of Education says scores improved from 2021 for most grades that took math and English tests. But those scores have not recovered to pre-pandemic levels. They are still lower than they were in 2019 in almost every grade and every subject. Additionally, there's even a bigger gap for students of color. In Denver Public Schools, for example, the district says there's a 50% gap between black and white students.
Colorado has the highest pay gap in the country between teachers and other college-educated workers. That's according to a new report from the Economic Policy Institute. Teachers now earn 76 cents compared to every dollar a college graduate earns in other professions. That's a big jump from 1996, when teachers were earning 96 cents on the dollar. Researchers and the Department of Education say Colorado is losing out on some of the best teaching candidates because of low pay rates, and districts are having trouble getting money to pay teachers because Tabor laws prevent property taxes from being reallocated without a public vote. The Colorado Education Association helped to get a bill passed that would allocate more state money for teacher salaries, but voters have to approve another tax increase for that to happen, and it's not on the ballot yet. And as we were saying, that accounts for even the months off during the summer.
Right. Yeah, they took that into consideration when they figured this out, which makes it even more depressing.
Right, really underpaid. New this morning, a reminder to double check your bills before you pay them. A man in Northglenn got a shock when his first energy bill arrived last month.
Yeah, 9 News reporter John Glasgow joins us. And John, we know that prices are going up, but this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Alex Bradley, he had just moved into his new home. He'd only been there 2 weeks before his first Xcel energy bill came in. He took one look at it and knew something had to be wrong.
I was sitting at lunch with friends at the time, and they were like, whoa, what's wrong? Because my jaw just dropped.
Bradley has a 2-bedroom unit at the Keystone Apartments in Northglenn. In 15 days, Xcel says that he used nearly $11,000 of energy. At first, he thought it was a gas leak, but figured it was probably a mistake on the meter reading. So he called Xcel Energy, where the management caught the error and then corrected it.
They estimated a little bit too much for the month before I got here, and then the actual read was less than that. So they thought it meant that the meter had gone all the way around.
Yeah, so his new revised total, a much more manageable $8.67. He's encouraging everyone to check their bills and make sure that they're correct. He's also pretty relieved that he didn't have his bank account set up on auto pay for Xcel Energy. He had been in a little bit different situation, I think.
I was just thinking about people who have it on automatic pay. I mean, so many people don't even look at that bill.
Yeah, well, mine wouldn't have been able to pay it.
Oh my God. Yeah, it would have bounced, right?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. So Xcel Energy, they say that they do actually have a process in place to flag these types of bills that are exorbitant. And in fact, they did catch this apartment unit as well. However, the incorrect bill had already been sent out to Alex Bradley. So then they say that they had to correct this one. But they do say that these are rare situations and that if anyone has any issues with their billing, to contact their customer care center.
From almost $11,000 to $8.
$8.
A bit of a difference.
Well, I'm glad they were nice about it and corrected it. All right, John, thank you.